Hello guys and welcome to the Fullstack Project YouTube channel. Today I have come with another awesome tutorial with API call with an authorization. This is also a very common interview question that you get as a beginner React developer. So this is the simple description that you have to call the Bitly API endpoint, and it is an protected API. You have to call with the authorization and you have to get the response with the shortened URL. So basically you send the API endpoint with your URL, and in the response you get the shortened bit.ly URL. So this is the kind of simple thing that we are going to build. For example, if we send let's send this URL and see whether we get, yep, we get the short bit.ly URL.
And if you like this kind of content, make sure you subscribe to my YouTube channel and give a thumbs up to this video.
First, I have created this Revelit instance, an empty instance, and also I have stored my bearer token in a separate .env.local file, as you can see here. First of all, what I'm going to do is I'm going to create a normal input box element. Here I have created my input box here, and on change event I'm going to set the key that I'm pressing to the state, and that state value is going to show in the value. So that's the basic input box. You should be able to create this by yourself in front of the interviewer. So next we'll create the button, and on the button click we'll call the post endpoint. So here I have created a button with the on click function, and I'm calling this handle submit function. So from this function I'm going to call my post endpoint. You can check your functions always. So here I'm just dropping a console.log here and see whether I'm calling this handle submit function properly. So let's now create the core of this tutorial. Let's create the post URL function that I'm going to call from here, and let's call the bit.ly endpoint. And this is the endpoint that we are going to call here, and most probably you are getting this, the interviewer will provide you this endpoint. The method should be post, and the next important thing is headers. You should provide these headers, and the content type application JSON, and authorization. This is how I'm going to provide my authorization here. So make sure you add this bearer value in front, and give a space and add this rest of the token. If you let your interviewer know that you know how to send these values using bearer token and authorization, so you have passed the most of the question. And the next thing you have to handle is the sending the body. Here, make sure you stringify the body you send. Since you are using fetch, you have to JSON.stringify it and use a stringified body with your API call. And then after that, we will handle the response. And here I have done a small mistake here when using this fetch. Here you have to wrap the entire item with these brackets here. So I have closed it here. It should not be like that. It's a very tricky thing that you will miss when you are doing it in front of an interviewer. So make sure you write this fetch request properly. Here, when you get the data, you can console.log data here, or else you in here what I'm going to do is I'm going to set it to a state and display it in the code. And before using this data, you can console.log this data and find out the structure of the JSON output that so that you can find which field you need to show. So here it's data.link. So here I'm going to paste a simple URL here and call this generate short URL. You can see the output data. So here you can go through the data and you can see the link is where your short URL is coming from. Then I'm going to store it in a separate state called sh URL, and I'm going to set data.link value here. And after that, you can show your short URL in the output. Here I'm going to display my short URL and add some break break elements and modify the code. Of course, you can go through my code. I will share the code here and you can try it yourself. So this is the core part of the uh, problem or the interview question. So make sure you send these headers properly and also the way how you are going to handle the response. So make sure you convert the response to JSON, and then you have to access the data because you're using fetch. You have to convert the response to JSON. It's also a async function. Then you should go to then and deal with the data. If you found a problem on the go, make sure you drop a comment. I will reply you whenever I get a chance. And when you think about these TypeScript types, you don't want to memorize these things. So if you can't remember, because you can just put any, and also some code editors provide you some intelligence about this HTML button mouse events, so you don't have to remember this stuff, but make sure you add any type and you can explain to your interviewer so that you don't remember it, so that's fine. And that's it, guys. uh, this was created due to comment posted by Beaver. So he was asking to create, he was asking on how to call endpoint with an authorization. So here we go. And make sure you subscribe to my YouTube channel and have a nice day. Let's meet with another awesome React refresher tutorial. See you.